Record rainfall is devastating entire communities in southwest Japan. Floods have swamped roads, triggered landslides, and destroyed hundreds of homes. But key here, and so tragic, at least 55 people have died. More are missing or injured, and the government is still urging mass evacuations. Kaori and Joji joins me now live from Tokyo. I mean, the news is not good when you look at the forecast, and also not when you think about what people are still facing. I think it's kind of staggering, the amount of people that they still want to evacuate some of these areas. Why?
Well, I think, Paula, it's because there has been so much torrential rain in some of these areas, particularly in the southwestern part of Japan, that any small amount of rain, they fear, could trigger a landslide or a mudslide, and in turn increase the number of casualties. The death toll has been rising throughout the day. There are various numbers out there. The government is saying 48 plus possibly 26 with cardiac arrest. CNN has now confirmed 56 deaths. But some areas, the rain has stopped. However, there are still new areas where the weather agency says that expect torrential rainfall and brace for possible worse weather. So it is far over for many of these areas. And this has happened before, about a year ago. But what's different this time is the fact that it's affecting such a large part of Japan. It's not just the southwest, it's areas in the central part of Japan as well, in tourist centers like Hiroshima and Kyoto as well, where you see banks along the river being flooded. You have dams possibly on the brink of overflowing as well. And that's what has been most horrific when you see some of these images. And that's the reason why the government has established an emergency response center at their headquarters here in Tokyo. And this has not happened in 2 years. So I think that points to the gravity and the severity of the situation here. And the self-defense force, which is akin to the military for Japan, has been deployed. The government says some 56,000 troops have been sent across the country using helicopters, rubber boats, rafts to try and get people to higher ground, to safely move them to dry ground. And at the same time, they say tens of thousands are in evacuation shelters without water in some places and without electricity, Paula.